Oh man, what's happening, good people? Good morning. L.A.R. movement still moving. Um, so in lieu of these situations, I decided that I'm gonna go live and talk about what you see title. You know, the morals and ethics. You know, I think it was Brother Elijah Muhammad. No, it wasn't Elijah Muhammad. It was Malcolm X. A nation can rise no higher than its women, right? Then, so I gotta ask, where are our women's morals and ethics? And some people, because of the thing with April Mason or whatever, this ain't really gonna be about that. But I'm gonna use part of it. But like I said, I ain't got a problem with her. But when I was listening to O'Shea, because O'Shea was live, they stay at home. I got you, Tiffany. Um, the thing about I was listening to what O'Shea was talking about with Chrissy, and I was seeing some of the ladies in the comment section where some of our sisters, there's a demographic of our women who have no morals and no ethics. And they just want to keep having no morals and no ethics, or low morals and low ethics. And the first thing is this lying. See, it's okay to lie. Now, prior to this situation, remember Alicia Keys had the situation where she went on a rant about, the fingernail polish. And what did she tell? She said in her own rant about her tell her son, a lot of men wear fingernail polish and polish their nails. But because it's a quote unquote black woman and she lying to a black boy who will grow to be a black man, it was okay. You didn't see women coming out. Women was like, boys don't wear fingernail polish. You didn't see I didn't see women saying, yo, no, that's not cool. I didn't see women saying, yo, that's a lie. Don't do that. Prior to this, it was the Me Too thing with Bill Cosby. The lying was okay. When women are found out to be liars, what happened? Oh, but it's Bill Cosby. Everybody can't be lying. If you have a lawsuit with multiple people and more than half of them are caught lying, you throw that out. Because they're lying. But it was okay because, why? Bill Cosby was black, and Bill Cosby is black and he's rich, so it's okay to lie. Now we got this other situation with the girl with R. Kelly. Oh, now R. Kelly's a monster. Now, you was his girlfriend when he first went to jail, and he was taking care of you. But now you get on TV, and now he's a monster. And people are not questioning, like, wait a minute. Don't you think something's wrong with this right now? Like, all this constant lying, they keep getting caught over and over and over again. Nobody's paying attention to this. Nobody's saying, yo, you know what? Something's wrong. And then, when we get to this dynamic of talking about men and women, when they were talking about, to get the bag, you should lie to these guys. Lie to these guys about having kids if you're a single mother that say that you don't. A lot of these guys, women lie about their age, so that's going to happen, right? But it's still lying nonetheless. So all of this lying is okay. See, it's okay to lie. So now, nobody asked the question, okay, so if it's okay to lie, and you keep lying, and even women don't approach other women about lying, and if you lying and it's a black man involved, it's okay. That's an okay lie. Let me take this a little bit further. And I said this a little bit yesterday. Even with this situation, it's one thing to lie and say you got abducted or tried to get abducted. But there are women who lie all the time, say they got abused. That this guy was violent. They were scared of what's going to happen. I feel you on that, Kingdom. I feel you on that. It's okay to lie to black men, but let it be the other way around. World War III. Yeah, exactly. But if you can lie. So once you lie like this, here's the problem. Because people forget, for some odd reason, what happened to like a la Brian Banks. Exactly. That was another situation. She got $1 million, like $1.5 million for lying. But in these situations become more and more public over and over and over again. I know we think about barbecue Becky and that type of stuff, but what about the sisters doing stuff like this? And then you got these lies where, let me call the police on them. So how many sisters have called the police on a guy based on a lie? And part of what I was alluding to yesterday, how many guys have been in a custody battle and you got lied on to get or so she could put a restraining order on you. She starts an argument to put a restraining order on you and say, "Oh, I'm not comfortable with him. Oh my God." That's okay. And that's a normal behavior. You know, women go through divorce. Say you're distressed and you're distraught and you're heartbroken and you can't get it together. And oh my God, we can get you more money if you say that. See, that lying is okay. Saying that is okay. That lie is okay. Which says a whole lot. You know, the disrespect is real in these streets. I feel you. I feel you. It is. Like, and here's the thing about, the paternity fraud. Yeah, that's true too, man. Like, paternity fraud is okay. And when I say stuff is like it's okay, I'm saying look at how even with paternity court, mother gets caught lying, not a big deal. What's up, Donnell? What's up? I'm sorry about that. What's happening with you? Woman lies in paternity court about paternity. It's not a big deal. See, this lying and like when O'Shea was talking about the Chrissy and the other women who are cool with that, this being okay with all of this behavior, it's interesting. It's interesting because these same women don't want a man to lie to them. They just don't want women to lie to them. Man, thanks, G-Star. They don't want women to lie to them. Don't lie to me. Be real with me. But all of these rules, all of this lying to these guys and in general is okay. If you lying to your kids, it's okay. If you lying to the men, it's okay. If you lying to get guys in trouble, it's okay. If you get caught in a lie, men need to just stick with the lie and fall on the sword of the consequences because you decided that your lie was more important. That's not how it's gonna go. The other thing, what is the state of using people? You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta follow the rules, Bobo. Boo boo. Yeah. The thing about it is when you're using folks, oh man, I'm always up early. I just don't be on here early. They had the little thing about a third of women going out on dates to use guys for free meals. That's using, right? And that's okay. And I'm not when I keep saying that's okay, it's not okay, but these things are deemed as okay. I'm hungry. Let me find a guy to take me out to get me something to eat for free. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that morally, right? Okay. I don't want to pay for a service. I feel you. I don't want to pay for a service. Taboo, thanks. I know what you were saying, boo. BJ. I know what you were saying. I don't want to pay for a service, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy to do it for me. Okay. It's going to make him feel like a man that I use him. And what I mean by using is, see, if these guys want to do something nice for you and treat you right and do something good for you, I don't see anything wrong with that. But when you have one of those things, appreciate you, Three Kingdoms, like when you have one of those things where it's your intention to not do anything for this guy too, this is where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. And Using people is okay. So now it's okay to use these men. You know, he could be, the friend zone is based on using a guy for everything you can get out of him, but not being with him, but being with somebody else, and really not holding them to the same standard of having to of provision and protection. So I'm sorry, I got caught on the video. Yeah, are you going to report on 11 shot? No, I didn't even know about that. You got to remember, I'm in Houston, Miss Price. I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know about that. Everybody I know in NOLA right now was at the Bayou Classic this weekend. So you know that all everything that I got from everybody in New Orleans is Dave's kicking it at the Classic. But this using people is a bad thing because it's spilled into marriage and family also. Now the role of a husband is a guy that is supposed to get used. You know, oh, I'm gonna get to that. You know, the role of a husband is a guy who's supposed to build himself up to the point where he can take care of you and you can use him for everything he's worth. Oh yeah, man, I've seen that too, man. I've seen that too. You know. So, oh, and then, you know what? I'm tripping, Miss Price. Hold up. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. Okay. And third world, what's popping? Eugene, what's happening? So using people is okay. You know, if you get money out of them, so be it. If you can get divorced, if you can get retirement out of them, so be it. That's okay. So this is the state of the morals right now. The children, like, just like the woman who was beating her son on camera, all in his face, you know, about breaking his face and breaking his neck. She had 5 kids. That was cheered. Remember the mother in Baltimore that saw her son like in a riot, and she was smacking him up, you know, and taking the mask off, and then everybody cheered her, but ultimately they let the family implode. That was okay, you know. All right, what's happening, man? You know, that was okay. You know, when I talked about Alicia Keys lying to her kid, about a lot of men wear fingernail polish. That's okay. Um, putting pressure on children to take care of mama and bring the family out of poverty at a young age. That's okay. When these kids go out and sell drugs and commit crimes, or take odd jobs to help pay bills because the adults are not doing their doggone job, what they are supposed to get in a relationship, and not what they are supposed to get. Exactly. So I dig it, Tiffany. Omega, what's happening? So now that's okay with these kids, right? So let these kids just work out here. Let these little girls, you know, go be strippers. And these girls keep coming up missing. See, and the reason I'm saying this is partially the thing, because this is not just about black men. All the vast majority of these black girls who've gone missing and people would say got in a sex trade or whatever, or got abducted, they're from single mother households too. They're looking for somebody to take them away from their mom. See, the boys grow up to a certain age and they like, I don't like it here. When I grow up to be a man, I'm gonna leave. The girls are looking for runaways, yeah. The girls are looking for somebody to help them and take them to a nice place away from all this. Some of them run away, some of them get abducted because of that. You know, so and if you look online, oh, I'm gonna get to that too. Oh, I'm gonna get to that too. Third world, don't even worry about it. That's coming up next. Good morning, Jamal, man. What's happening? You know, that's okay. It's okay when it comes to children. Like, nobody talks about it, right? No, what's up, Truck? Nobody talks about these little girls coming up missing like this. And if you get online And on social media, it's a lot of young girls trying to pose as if they're adults to find men for sex, dating, and even prostitution. And I'm just saying, it happens too often. I don't know, Eugene. I don't know. But that's okay. And let me expand this for a little bit when it comes to the children part. Look at, what's up, K-Love? Look at all the abortions that it has been said that black women had in the last 30 years. Like 14 million or something like that. That far exceeds all the other ways that black people died combined. But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's wrong with it. Now, putting the guys on child support to get money out of them if you have the baby is expected. But what's also expected is to be able to have as many abortions as you want. But nobody is supposed to know or say anything about that. Because when you want the kid, it's okay. But when you don't want the kid, it's okay too. That's a problem. You know, that is a whole big problem. But that's not looked at as being immoral or unethical. You know, I don't want to have this baby, I'm gonna get rid of it. I know women now who have 1 or 2 kids who've had 1, 2, 3 abortions. I'm not talking about miscarriages, I'm talking about abortions, and not to talk about the women who've had miscarriages because they had abortions. What's happening, Salam? I'm sorry, Islam. What's happening? 19 to 20 million. You see what I'm saying? Since 1970. What would our population be if it was only 5? Where would we be? Third Ward, thank you. Tony, what's happening? Dion, what's going on? Where would our population be? How successful would we be with more people? We'd probably be a whole lot farther off, right? But the morality is never taken into question because a lot of times when we blaming the guys for certain things, yeah, I get it. It's not really population control. It is and it's not. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, Scott. Because that's you as a person make that choice, and the choices that people make add up. Hey, what's up, honey? You know, now here's the crazy part about it, to me at least. It's looked at as an okay thing. I'm doing a good service because I didn't bring a child into this world and I wasn't prepared. That's the same thing if you give up your kid. It's a good service, but that doesn't mean if you give up, even if you have the kid and give the kid up, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna give him to a good family that's gonna be able to take care of him. What's happening with you, Maywood? KD, you know, appreciate you, man. And I know you're freezing. You see, I got these short sleeves on out here, player. Now, when it comes to sexuality, see, all of this stuff. Yeah. You know I gotta make fun of you. I gotta troll you, dog. Everything is fair game with these women nowadays. That's what, you know, I'm not really trying to blame each other, but I'm just saying, Tiffany, that, you know, we have to look at the state of the morals and ethics of the women too. You know, we do. Because to be perfectly honest, I don't think as a collective, our women have even looked to see how wrong they have become. Because all of the things that are negative are glorified to the point that people think it's normal, and a lot of ladies keep thinking, oh, this is okay behavior because I'm a woman. And then you add on being a woman, I'm a queen, I'm a god, I'm a goddess, I'm a woman, and but all of these negative qualities like lying, using, and manipulating goes into it as if it just all go like there's no morality and ethics in it, and being a woman covers that, and it doesn't. It doesn't. Um, thus the sexuality part. I saw Danica Marie yesterday having to go live and saying female and queen has become a disrespectful term. You know, and it's like you a female in as far as gender, but see, women don't want to be females. So here's the sexuality part where women don't want to be women. I'm a god. I'm not a goddess. Well, a goddess is still a god. It's just a god that's a female. So goddess, not a big deal. But you want to be a god as in male. So you have this issue. So a lot of women have this issue with sexuality, stemming from wanting to be equal to a man, but the way it's trying to go is they want to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because what Kronos had his siblings in him. Yeah. Cardi B and Megan is that Maurice Stallion. That's hilarious. Has fundamental anymore that black folks used to agree. Yeah, I get you. I get your third ward. Like this, a lot of black women go both ways, or see sexuality as okay and fluid, and it's okay. Like, think about it. Like, if let me, even with the sexuality term, let me flip this and say and do it like a black man, right? If you had a, a large population of black men saying, I'm fluid in my sexuality. If I want to be with a man and I want to be with a woman, it's okay. But I'll love who I love. I went through a college experiment where I was with guys, and then oh my God, and now I'm back with women. You'd be like, what? Or I got my feelings hurt by a woman. I got my heart broken, so I'm gonna date guys, and we're in love. And I'm gonna dress more feminine now, and then you know what? And then James broke my heart. And now guess what? I'm going back to women, and now I'm gonna dress and act like a man. Now, you see, this is an issue. You know, when women would talk about, but guys want, when guys said, "Oh my God." Was that him and his twin brother? I ain't gonna deal with that. I ain't gonna deal with that. Um, but then you got women saying, but guys like threesomes. You can't get a woman to do a threesome unless she likes women. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Unless she likes women. And all of these threesomes that were had, it was women who like women. Years ago, my girl got a girlfriend. That was cool. Now all these girls have girlfriends, and these girl trips. Some of these girl trips are innocent girl trips. Some of these girl trips are, girls being couples. What's good, God word? God's word, what's happening? Who I miss? Janky, what's happening? Feel like I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't talk about Billy D like that. I just you're too old for this. It's like Clive Davis. Yeah, turnout trips. And that's so. And for some odd reason, that's okay. That's just, And then the ages that this happens at, and then and on top of that, raising kids to say this is okay. I was in a grocery store yesterday, and a mother was there, little thick thing too. She was fine. She was there with her daughter, and they were putting the groceries in the grocery basket. And she told her daughter, he said, "You the one that want to be a little boy. You pick up these groceries. I ain't picking up nothing." Now, if she had a young son, because this girl had to be maybe 8, 9 years old. She wasn't. She's a kid. But to say that to your daughter in public, yeah, they do. Yeah, hey, yeah, third. You know what I'm saying. I was like, I had to double. I had to, whew, you know. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, you buying this little girl clothes? Roastmaster, what's good, man? You buying this girl clothes? You buying this little girl clothes, so you taking her to the grocery store, you the mother, you the adult in this situation. Why don't you just put the groceries in the groceries cart? Because you're the older one, you're bigger, you're stronger, just buy that. You can pick up the bags and put them in the cart. But to say that to your girl, it's like, why are you doing that? Same way, when I see these mothers having their sons with them in the stores and the malls, and the boys just look soft and squishy, and they walking out. I'm like, yo, what are you doing with your son? You know what I'm saying? What is that okay with you? But it is, because let him be whatever he wants to be. I remember I was talking with a friend of mine, and she was like, her son's like a straight A student. And we're talking about just his grades, and all of a sudden, and even if my son wanted to wear a dress, I'd be cool with it. I'm like, fuck that guy. What is it? How did you go from him being an honor roll student to if he wanted to wear a dress? How did you go from point A to point dress? Academics to dress. Where did we get that? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna try. Make sure I don't cuss, fam, because I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? You going to church? Hallelujah. I'm gonna get into religion too, so you might cut me off at a certain point. But that's the thing about the sexuality. You know, the other thing is about hypocrisy. See, what was the guy, Patrick Peterson, right? They got mad at what he said. And I could understand you getting offended about a brother saying something like that. I could get it. I'm not, even if you could understand where he came from. I understand you probably have a problem with him saying that. But here's the issue. The hypocrisy is, how many black women do you see on TV praising being with a white guy? How long has this went on? How long has this gone on? When they say, when a black, like when Robert Smith did the thing at Morehouse or Spelman, I forgot already. But he's sleeping with a white woman. When the Black Panther was out, well, they ain't like, oh boy, they played in Baku because he got a white woman, or the lady's Asian or whatever. But nobody has a problem with Alfred Woodard being with a white guy for years. Nobody has a problem when sisters get on TV and me and my white, like the Lonnie Love thing. Nobody has a problem with that. That's the hypocrisy of it. Nobody's saying, oh, she ain't funny because she with a white man. She on that show because she with a white man, right? Nobody has a problem with it. When Eve says, my husband tamed me, nobody has a problem with that. When they say something like, these black men get with these homely looking white women. Yeah, Serena Williams too. These homely looking white women. But then look at these white guys that these women get with. Nobody has a problem with that. When a girl got caught, the actress got caught, I guess, sleeping with her guy, jerking off her guy in public, that wasn't a problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with, like, when they say Serena Williams. All the guys that she was with are more successful than the guy that she married. But nobody brings into consideration that Serena Williams got pregnant by this guy, and because she was his side chick, because he had a girlfriend. There is no cancel culture when a black woman is dating a non-black man. None. Halle Berry, no problem. Halle Berry, no problem. You know what I'm saying? David Justice didn't do nothing to her. They blame Christopher Williams. They're like it was Wesley Snipes. I get the Wesley Snipes part, but no problem. Dang. But there's the blatant hypocrisy. The you're working for the white man. You're not really powerful because you work for the white man. At the same time, a lot of these sisters go to these schools and get degrees from white institutions. And it's not a real. And I know, and I graduated from HBCU, and I know a lot of sisters who graduated from HBCUs because I went to two. So, but I know sisters who went to predominantly white institutions, and they'll, well, you went to a black school. It's not my. I'm better because I went to a white school. I'm strong and independent because I work for this company. So I'm me going to a black school makes me less than, and me working at a job that's quote unquote the white man's job is makes me lack power and lack respect. But you're strong and independent because you work for these companies. That's very interesting. You got your degree from these institutions, you know. Hey, you know what it is. You know what it is. Third, I still. Well, I ain't got my shirt in here no more. But or you could work for the government. That's not sister could work. A sister could work in the military. Not a big, you know. A sister could work for the military. A sister could work for a law firm. A sister could work for the energy company. You know, it's not a big deal. A sister could work for a big retailer. Oh, then it's not a big deal. You know. So that's the hypocrisy. You know, a lot of sisters have been secretaries for years. And then some women tell guys, you know good, but you could work for the, you working for the white man, but you working for the white man. You at the police department. Okay. So, and the hypocrisy also is, this is America. I hate to break the news there. Everybody's working for white men. They own like 92% of everything in America. You know, so even Asians and Hispanics are working for white men. I'm just saying. So, if you can work outside of it, make money, I get you. Nothing's wrong with that. But even at the same point, when you look at all the ballers, you want these guys to be athletes and entertainers, but who owns these entertainment things are white men, right? If you make a lot of money working for white men, it's okay. If you go to these white schools, you playing sports for free. If your family feels like you can get paid playing professional sports, they tell you it's okay to work for these white men for free. If down the line you could work for the white men with money. Same thing goes with the STEM guys when they go from when they graduate and start working for these corporations like DuPont and Ford Motor Company, stuff like that. And they start working in chemics, yeah, chemistry and tech and engineering. All creating bodies and all that other stuff. But that's cool. That's cool. So I don't understand how it's hypocritical. I don't. Well, I understand that it's hypocritical, but I'm saying I don't understand how you could just say these guys are not this and that when at the same time you're pumping up yourself for being it. The parenting aspect is where we gotta go next. See, the state of our children is not good, especially the boys. And when I say especially the boys, I'm not saying because I'm a man. I'm saying because how do you raise 70+% single mother households? 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, women win custody in court. But the boys are the ones who are behind in reading. So how is it that the boys are behind in reading, in math and science, in their education, but the girls aren't? How is it that you get to the point where because if the parenting was bad, just across the board, the girls would be just as bad academically as the boys. But it says a lot when the boys are bad academically and the girls aren't. They're saying that these mothers have a bias even with their own children, especially the boys, as far as them educating themselves to be better, to be smarter and better men. And I can say this because, ironically, my son is about to get put in accelerated classes, but he's mad about it because he knows his mother and his mother and his siblings can't help him with his homework because they're not as smart as he is. My son's mother likes to take credit, but he didn't get his IQ from her. You know, like I'm the how can I put this? When something really goes bad, and this is I have a problem with, when something goes bad, they call me to fix it, even though I've been asking about what's going on because I can tell something ain't right. But when it comes to him, I can fix it fast. So they drag things out. And even with his education and with his homework, when it gets bad, I get on I talk to him, yo, what's going on? This. Okay, do this. Or is this how the problem's going, or is it this way? And then all of a sudden, he gets it. Just like that. And a problem that it might take them 2 weeks might take me 5 minutes. Because we gotta communicate and get on the same page first. But the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of times, oh man, Hatchet, thank you, man. And salute to you. And if y'all ain't subscribed to Hatchet, y'all better go ahead and do that. Y'all keep building, man. You and Erica, y'all got my utmost salute. Trent, the parenting is an issue. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. The parenting is an issue because when not much, Trent, man. You all right? Our parenting situation, we can't even admit this, but a lot of times what I've seen is we leave the kids to their own vices. Major types, their saying goes, we love our daughters and love our, but loving, and here, you know what, I'm glad you said that, Tiffany. That part. Love us and raise, you train a child in the way you want them to go. If you want to get, like, using a religious term on Sunday rather. I'm tripping. We're not raising our sons. And that says a lot when mothers are raising daughters but not raising sons. But at the same time, a lot of these daughters want to get away from mom. Because even when the parenting aspect comes in, even when the raising of the daughters, it's always, I'm not going to say always, but the majority of the time it's, I need you to be smart so you don't have to depend on no man. Now, if you reverse this and men say, son, I need you to get it together so you never have to worry about a woman. So so whether these people know this or not, you're literally undermining these kids, especially the daughters, because all of their dreams and aspirations, their inspiration for going about attaining it is so they don't have to have a man in their life. I wanted to be a football player. Do you think I wanted to be a football player because I don't want no woman? Who? I'm gonna run this post like nobody ever ran it because I don't want no woman. I wanted to run track. I ran track. I wanted to box. I didn't do, I wanted to be a psychologist. I started learning things as I go. I wanted to do mechanics. Everything that I've learned to do in my life, it was never in the anywhere. Having a woman or not having a woman really wasn't the motivation. It was something that I was interested in doing. So when you're raising these kids, these women like that, it's a problem. Some people aren't happy unless there are issues. Yeah, I get that. And I get you, Charles Watkins. Right. And they leave their sons to the wolves. And I hate to say this, but even now, it's got expensive because college tuition went up. It's got expensive for the girls too. So now the girls are getting left to the wolves. But the difference is these girls are, mid-20s, mid to late 20s, sometimes even early 30s, and life is just hitting them because they spent a lot of time on education. You know, so the parenting is crazy. Yeah, that's true. A dumb man is easier to control. That's very true. Now, the other thing about this that I had to bring up is religion. Everybody doesn't think black boys are. Well, here's the thing, Tiffany. Think everybody probably doesn't think black boys are disposable, but look at how society and the family works. You know, society treats us just like sports. There's a new one coming every year, and we can always find somebody to replace you. The family treats us like that. Even the relationships treats us like that. Even women treat us like that. I can get another man. You know, everybody. There's another guy coming around the corner. Just like men says, women are a dime a dozen. You can get another one. But the thing about it is, just like in sports, you can't replace everybody. Sometimes you let your ego get in the way and say, I can get somebody just like him. It's somebody that's just like them that's out there. No. Some things this person may do may remind you of that person, but they never be as productive or as good. So, unfortunately, the guys are treated disposable. You might not think that we're disposable, we're treated as such. Not just by people outside of the community, but people inside the community. And now the other thing is the religious part. I get so tired of the my God statement. Nobody can judge me. The God I serve is a mighty God. The God I serve is a forgiving God. See, a lot of times what's going on with some, the church is packed with women who are looking for God's forgiveness for things that they did. And this is a problem. I don't know what they got to do. Okay, we not okay. We not black. Okay, fine. Well, okay. We not gonna stop. I'm gonna tell you that now. You know, they look depressed. I'll get you on that classic. So the my God thing, you see people in church, and people who claim to be religious. Yeah, I know you're there. Hey, I like the music, man. And I see women lying to people, but guess what? Afro was popping. Man, look, we're not gonna stop calling ourselves Black Chief. It's just not gonna happen. That's a worldwide thing. That's just what it is. And before I go off on a tangent, because I was trying to get to this topic, and you really made it about being black, and has nothing to do with this topic. So matter of fact, I'm not even gonna get into that. Get back on the topic. Religion is one of those things where I see people who lie, who are liars, but they fall back on God. Oh, but my God. And then the other thing about that is we see people who use people, but my God said. You see people who are manipulative, but the God I serve. See, if you get into the seven deadly sins, or you get to breaking all the 10 commandments and then saying, my God, but I believe in Jesus. I believe that Jesus is the Son of God. I pray to Jesus. And you never and the problem with this, the religious aspect of it is, people aren't changing their hearts. People aren't changing their actions. You know, so that's the problem. If you're not changing your heart, you're not changing your actions. All you're doing is doing the same negative things and then turning around and saying what? But my God will forgive me. Well, your God didn't, you didn't do that to your God. See, and a lot of this goes to the ethics part because, and the morals part, because what winds up happening is you have women who are out here who think, what's up, Mr. E? Like, you think that you can do no wrong. And if you do wrong, God gonna forgive you. So you don't stop. You keep pushing the envelope. You keep doing negative things. All this need for drama and bringing drama into everybody else's life is okay with you. And when and it's gotten so bad, and it's been so bad, I mean, God, it's been so bad that churches is like a hospital for the sick. Church is not supposed to be for the sick. See, when you have a congregation of sick people, then they're not trying to change. If every week you got a congregation filled with sick people who paying money to not be sick no more, that's the equivalent of what? Paying for a gym membership but never working out. So you're not trying to change for the better. Exactly, there's a pity party. You're not trying. So now, this moral aspect of, all these things is a problem. All these things is a problem. So now your morals are a problem. Your ethics are a problem. And now it's like, okay, God's going to do it. God's going to do it, let me guess, when you dead. And see, here's the thing. And this is one thing I do despise about people who are religious in this aspect. Your work gets you into heaven or hell. You don't just live your whole life and then say something like, I'm going to be judged. I know I'm going to heaven. See, a lot of people haven't even read that Bible or the Quran that they claim to read. You're judged on your works. You're judged on what you do. So this is this idea that I'm going to be your friend and I'm going to manipulate you mentally and make you love me. I'm going to make you love me, but I'm going to do something negative, but because you love me, I'm going to heaven. No, you're going to hell. I'm just going to be honest with you. And what's happening? Nachin, what's happening? Mike, what's going on? Exactly. The question is, you remember that high. I feel you, Mike. Everybody is going to go to heaven. You're going to go see, but everybody ain't going to stay. And some people going to have to go. You see what it look like, you got to go. You got to, so now the other thing is dating aspect of women's morals. The morals and ethics of our women dating is ridiculous. You don't, you'll submit to a guy you're attracted to, but you won't submit to a guy whose actions has put you in a good place. That's a problem. You want to have sex? What's going on, Bill? What's up, brother? I hope y'all did good out there, man. I know it's the holiday season, man. But where has the female morals gone with dating and ethics? Because if you find out this guy drop down the hammer in the bedroom, um, you're comfortable with whatever he does. Also plowing water. You know? Oh man. Daisha, what's happening? Jalen, what's good? Uh-huh. So, you know, if a guy's muscular, he turns you on. There's nothing wrong. Look, as a man, I get it. You want to be around somebody attractive. We like attractive women. But you got to separate the difference between a um a streetwalker and a woman. Like a lot of times, a lot of ladies that date a buck, and but then she wants that buck to be a man. You dated a guy specifically for sex, and you overlooked his character as a man, or his character of being less than a man, because you wanted the sex. But now you want the problems. You know, you want to date a guy who's a bad boy because it's exciting. But then excitement might get you in a bad situation. So you might wind up having a baby with this guy. You might wind up catching an STD from this guy. You know? Yeah, I mean, what's happening, Ivan? Like even with women like when you talking about with K Michelle and all the basketball wives. If you notice, one of my good friends, she calls guys, she's like, you know, I don't want to be out in a single life because there's a bunch of jackals and vultures. There are a lot of female jackals and vultures out here who they spent their time scavenging men's resources. They scavenge this guy for a meal. They scavenge this guy for some money. They scavenge this guy for a trip. They scavenge this guy for maybe some clothes. They scavenge this guy for some sex. They scavenge this guy for some clout. You know, they're scavengers. And then saying they're looking for something real. You know, Jay, what else? What's happening? Now you saying you're looking for something real, but you out here scavenging this guy to this guy to this guy to this guy. And now you it's like it's coming up. Man, you ain't getting nothing, Devin. Use your other account. Nothing. You know, I dress and act good. Good. The handsome bastard. What's happening with you? What's happening with you, man? But the dating lacks morals and ethics. Because now, like, what is that young girl? Lori Harvey. Women need to come down on women like that. Let me get this right. You dated the son, then you dated the father, then you dated. Now you went out and dated Future. Wait. You what is this? You know, what is this? You know, what is it? That's okay if we're gonna date like that. The women who date quote unquote ballers, rich guys, I'm attracted to power, but you never picked a guy. You never could get chose by a guy because you kept hopping from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy. That's, you know, women don't see that as a problem. Curious how some people get the pass to get passed around. You want to know that, honey? No problem. This is what happens. A guy can be of means. What's up, Marcus? A guy can be of means, and a woman can come around that lifestyle. A lot of women, whether people know it or not, aren't built for a upper class lifestyle. Okay? So when you meet a girl who's built for it, and she could maneuver in that space, you can roll with it. You like the fact that she's able to maneuver. You might not even necessarily like her as a person, but she doesn't embarrass you out in public, so you can roll with her. But there are women like that who you can't be with because she's either looking for a come up or she's looking for the lifestyle. So she's gonna cop either she's gonna hop from person to person, or you're gonna give it to somebody else because you're gonna get tired of it. And then if she hops or if you give it to somebody, that's how she gets the reputation. Because one guy, she saw what she's seen with this guy, then she seen with this guy, and that's like, oh, okay. So you could rent her from some time to time. She goes from one guy to the next, to the next, to the next, until she runs out of the stable of guys. You know, you know, after about 3, 4 guys, if she ain't picked the guy, or she ain't committed to one of those guys, then she's fair game. Because the first one, they could have just not worked out. You could use that. The second one, then it gets like, are you using people or are they using you? See, by the third one, you done. You done because, you should have known by the first two the type of thing that'll make a woman a keeper in that scenario if you got introduced to that. But if you just a woman who's been in that life and you just keep going from guy to guy to guy, you'll pass around. Oh, and speaking of that, and then I'm in on this sucker. Morals and ethics when it comes to this type of subject where I talked about sexuality earlier, but the hot girl summer thing. See, there's no morals and ethics. A lot of you women like that. There's no morals and ethics when it comes to that because a lot of you ladies want to be. Y'all don't know how to be promiscuous behind closed doors. I saw that, Rosemaster. Yeah. Y'all don't know how to be promiscuous behind closed doors. You don't know how to be a lady. See, it used to be a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. A lot of y'all are freak in the streets. And then you want to be a lady in the sheets. Well, guess what? Everybody in the streets sees you as a freak. Look at how y'all put yourselves out in public. Everywhere you put yourself out is sexual. And then when you put yourself out sexual, and then, oh, I'm not like that. Come at me like, oh, I'm a real woman. Stop. If the majority of your pictures have your butt and your butt in the picture, if the majority of your picture have clothing that's very much suggestive that you're gonna have sex, those messages be full. The messages do be full, but that's the thing. If you're looking for sex, guys are gonna give you what you're looking for. That's part of the morals, honey. Like, that's like a guy. That's like me taking a picture fresh out of the gym, all like a damn wrestler, and then in some tights, and you see the package. And I don't know why these girls messaging me. I'm just sitting here all up, muscular, and I'm just letting this Johnson just show. Oh my God. They all in my box. They thirsty. No, I mean, you putting out sex, you're going to get sex. Because the women who are putting out, that they want to be a woman or a wife, they don't get hit up like that because guys who aren't, unless they're serious. I ain't even going to get into the Transformers, bro. I'm not going to do it. But this overly sexual thing becomes a problem. Because, oh, I want to be a hot girl summer. Okay, when you catch herpes and chlamydia and gonorrhea from your hot girl summer, don't blame men. Because you should have used protection. But you was ready for that sex. When I remember one of my homeboys said something. Long time ago, he doesn't like head anymore. Well, he's married now. When he was single, he didn't like head. Because he said he got chlamydia from a girl giving him head because it was in her throat. But that's a man's fault. You know what I'm saying? See, and I'm saying that to for people like you, honey, because there's a lot of things that y'all ladies don't realize from a male perspective that women do. Like, there's a lot of women out here selling it. There's a lot of women who are down for Netflix and chill, or they don't want no Netflix. There's a lot of women who you can meet, and they're gonna send you pictures of them. there's a lot of women, who are, how can I say this? you know, I seen I've heard stories too, Devin. I got you, but I ain't even talking about that part, Devin. I ain't even talking about that part. They down for Disney Plus, Disney. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. There's a lot of women taking those $40 advances. There's a lot of women, and I'm gonna tell y'all the the fastest to me is holiday season, cuffing season, right? It's gonna be single mothers who willing to give it up because they want a man for Christmas, for them and their kids for some presents. I'm just gonna be honest with you. There's gonna be a lot of women who gonna for New Year's, they just want some sex. Maybe if they single or if they have kids and their kids not there, so they gotta get it in for New Year's. They got to. You know, I get you, honey. There's gonna be some women who after New Year's are looking for somebody for Valentine's Day. I'm gonna tell you when it's the worst, when school is out. Whether they're single mothers or just single women, when school is out, sex is at an all-time high. Not just because it's summertime and it's hot, but because the women who have kids and their kids are gone for the summer, they know they got their summer to get it in. Tax season is when dudes pimp women. That's when dudes pimp their Johnson for women. You know, that like at the beginning of the year, because this is how a lot of ladies get caught up. A guy can meet you around Christmas time, New Year's, right after New Year's, and he hook you up at least by Valentine's Day, and he got you, and you got kids, and he asks you for money, and after that, or he gonna see if you look out for him after that, he pimping you. Because there's a lot of you ladies who are bad with money, and that's another thing I needed to talk about morals and ethics. A lot of you sisters are bad with money. And the reason why y'all do a lot of the things y'all do that are negative and lack morals and ethics is because you're so bad with money that you look at men as somebody who can come up, that you can come up on. And I remember that last barbershop with Nicki Minaj, when she said her butt was like an American Express, and women thought that was cute and it could be funny or whatever, but that's the issue. Just like all the women who go to school and get an education, that student loan debt, that student loan debt, now you want not get you to that. I'm gonna use men. I'm gonna use my sexuality as a way to get over. Yeah, you check it out next time, Devin. Little Big Nate. Yeah, like a lot of times these financial binds that women get themselves into is part of the problem. How many women? The older I get, the less I hear about this, but because I'm not even trying to listen though. Grown women going on these girl trips and they got to share a room. See, that's not cool. You sharing a room? No. That's a problem, and a lot of times this money is the issue. You want to be around these rich guys because they got money, because you got a financial problem. You want to be around a guy who's stable and who's got it together because you got a financial problem. You want to meet a man who can help you save your money while he take care of you, but you grown. And that's the deal that we selling. And the women don't understand you lacking morals and ethics, because what you're wanting is you wanting to blow your whole life physically and financially, and then want a guy and expect the guy to come up and deal with that lack of morality and that lack of ethics. I get to make all kinds of bad decisions with my body and with my money, and somebody else is going to come and pay for it. Now, if your family not going to take care of you, and your family not going to take care of you for doing that, don't expect other men to do it. Dark Lord, what's popping? If a man if you would look at a man as less than if he was gonna make bad decisions and he thought a woman was gonna take care of him as an adult, you look at him some type of way. Men are looking at women like that, you know. So let me get my butt up out of here. I'm going ahead and hit this gym and do some housework. And exactly, I ain't sharing those sweets. Oh wow, I ain't even gonna ask that truck turner. You know what? Probably not, because I remember when I was in Southern, the boys moved from they made a new dorm and the girls had the new dorm and they sent the boys to the old girls dorm. That was dirty than a mother, just dirty. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Peace.